There is a city in the French Alps that most people discover by accident and immediately start planning how to return. It has canal lined with geraniums, a medieval castle above a perfectly intact old town, a lake so clear it has been called the cleanest in Europe, and mountains rising on every side, visible from every street at every hour of the day. Venice has the canals, Switzerland has the mountains, Annecy has both, and it does it quietly, without most of the world noticing. 8 things to do. 1 unforgettable Alpine city. This is Annecy. Number 8. Start where the city starts, at the water. Lake Annecy is not simply a lake. It's constantly ranked among the cleanest lakes in Europe, fed entirely by underground springs filtered through alpine rock in the color of the water, a shade of turquoise that reads as artificial, but it isn't. The result of that mineral purity against a white limestone bed. The lake stretched for 14 kilometers, edged by mountains on every side. The western shore runs along the city's famous promenade, the Champ de Mars, where paddleboats and kayaks cut across the shallows in front of the Jardins d'Europe. On clear days in Annecy, there are many. The lake acts as a mirror, reflecting the full alpine skyline in water, so still it appears frozen. In summer, paragliders launch from Siemens Mountains to the south and the land on the lakeside meadow at Dessart. In winter, the mountains behind the water carry snow, and the whole scene takes on completely different character. Every hour of the day here is different. Every hour is worth staying for. Number 7. Over the canal that connects the lake to the Thao River, a cast iron footbridge has been drawing visitors to the same spot since 1907. The Pont des Amours, the Bridge of Loves, spans the vast canal at a point where the water is perfectly framed on both sides, weeping willows trailing into the current on one bank, the gardens of the Champ de Mars on the other, and the Alps visible in the background whenever the sky is clear. The legend attached to this bridge is straightforward. A kiss exchange here at midnight guarantees eternal love. The number of padlocks that have been attached to it railing over the decades suggest the legend has been taken seriously. But the real reason this bridge earns a place on any Annecy itinerary is visual. At almost any hour, especially early morning before the day trip crowds arrive. This is one of the most quietly beautiful spots in the French Alps. The lights on the water, the reflections, the sound of the canal moving underneath. It is the kind of scene that requires very little from the visitors except presence. Number 6. The old town of Annecy is the reason the city earned its nickname. The Vieille Valley sits at the point where the Thao River exits Lake Annecy and immediately splits into a network of canals running between medieval buildings. Those buildings, pastel facades, colonnaded ground floor arcades, window boxes overflowing with red and white geraniums. At every level, line waterways narrow enough that a conversation across the canal doesn't require raising your voice. The comparison to Venice is not hyperbolic. The proportions are different. The architecture is Alpine rather than Venetian. But the essential experience, color-stained water moving between the centuries-old buildings, bridges connecting up opposite banks every 30 meters. The sound of the current underneath lands in the same category. The alleys of the old town are completely car-free. The best approach is to enter through the Rue Saint-Clair with its long stone arcade and let the grid disappear entirely. Side streets reveal independent bakeries, fromage shops, and the occasional flower-covered courtyard that appears to belong entirely to whoever stumbles into it. This is a neighborhood built to reward wandering without a plan. Number 5. 3 mornings a week, Tuesday, Friday and Sunday, the old town transforms into one of the best regional markets in the French Alps. The Annecy market runs along the Rue Saint-Clair into the surrounding squares, under the same stone arcades that line the canal. Savoyard cheese in every form, Replicon, Beaufort, Abundance, Tome, whole wheels, cut wedges, and soft round wraps into pine bark. Charcuterie that reflects a mountain food tradition unchanged for generations. Fresh flowers, wild honey, lavender bundles, and bread from bakeries that have been in the same family since the market was established. This is not a tourist market. The vendors and the majority of shoppers are local residents of the city and the surrounding Alpine village who have been doing this on the same mornings for decades. Arrive early, the stalls are fullest, and the light through the arcade columns is at its base before 9 a.m. Number 4. Above the Old Town, on a rocky promontory that has been fortified since the 10th century, Chateau d'Annecy looks down over everything. A castle was the seat of the Counts of Geneva before passing to the House of Savoy, and what survives today is a complex of towers, courtyards, and hall that reflects every century of that ownership in different materials and architectural languages. The Tour de la Reine, the Queen's Tower, is the oldest surviving structure, dating from the 12th century. The Great Hall beside it was rebuilt in the 15th century. Every generation added something different to the same cliff. The castle now operates as a regional museum, covering everything from medieval sculpture to 20th century Savoyard art. But most visitors come from the Rampart Walk, a circuit around the castle's exterior walls that delivers the best elevated view of Lake Annecy, available without a cable car. The old town below, the lake extending south, the Alps framing the entire picture. The ancient from the old town takes 10 minutes on foot. The view at the top makes the approach entirely irrelevant. Number 3. On the forested hill south of the old town, visible from most of the city below, a white basilica stands against the tree line, like something placed there deliberately to be seen from the water. The Basilique de la Visitation was completed in the 1930s, built on the site where Saint Francis de Sales and Saint Jean de Chantal founded the Order of the Visitation of Holy Mary in 1610. The exterior is clean white limestone. The interior carries the particular quiet of a space that has been in continuous use for almost a century. Vaulted nave, painted chapels, and light coming through high windows in shafts that move across a stone floor through the day. The approach on foot from the old town takes around 20 minutes through quiet residential streets and forested paths, but the destination is not primarily to the building. The terrace in front of the Basilica is the highest publicly accessible viewpoint close to central Annecy, and from here the full geography of the city becomes visible at once. The old town directly below, Lake Annecy extending south into the mountains, and the Alps rising on every horizon. The same view that the residents of the city look at up from the lakeside, rivers looking down from above. 20 minutes south of the city, the landscape shifts completely. The Gorge de Fer and the Canyon de Angon offer a version of the Annecy region that operates at a completely different register from the pastel canal town above. The Angon Canyon trail descends from the village of Palais through a series of suspension bridges and carved rock paths into a narrow gorge where the Angon torrent drops in multiple waterfalls to the lake below. The sound changes within the first 100 meters of descent. The air drops several degrees. The path moves through sections where the cliff walls close to a few meters on each side and the sky above narrows to a strip of light. Below the main waterfall, natural rock pools offer cold swimming but deliver something that lake, for all its beauty, doesn't. This is not a well signposted tourist attraction. It takes a little effort to find the trailhead and some physical commitment to descend. Both of these things keep the canyon quietly deserves. Number 1. At the center of the old town, in the middle of the Thau River, a building has been standing for 9 centuries. The Palais de Lille is Annecy's defining image, a 12th century structure built on a natural island in the canal that has served across centuries as a courthouse, a lord's residence, an administrative center, and a prison. The triangular stone island it occupies was not engineered. The building was fitted to the shape everground the river provided. The result is a form that looks deliberate and impossible in equal measure. At night, lit from below, the palace reflects in the dark water of the Thau on both sides simultaneously, a double reflection that creates the impression of a building suspended between two mirrors. It is the single most photographed image in Annecy, and it earns that stature every time the light is right. Inside, the building now houses a small museum on the history of Annecy and the region, but the museum is secondary. The Palais de Lille is not primarily about what is inside. It's about what looks like from the Rue Lille, standing at water level, looking down the canal with a 9th century old island building filling the frame. Every city built on water has a single image that defines it. For Paris, it is the Eiffel Tower above the Seine. For Venice, it is the Grand Canal at dusk. For Annecy, the Venice of the Alps. 8 experiences, 1 Alpine city. Annecy France, the Venice of the Alps, and one of the most beautiful cities in Europe that most of the world hasn't found yet.